Hi, my name is Kelley Neumann, and this is week 6 of my 8-week series on how to awaken your life purpose. Last week we talked about inspiration and how to really cultivate joy and excitement and inspiration in your life in order to take action from that place. So this week we are going to get in a little bit deeper into how you really know that you're acting from your most authentic self and not from your ego. So we're going to start by having a discussion about what is your ego exactly. And essentially your ego is any self-concept that you have. It's any idea or image that you have about who or what you are. And it's easiest to understand this first in terms of contrast, because the truth of who you are at your core, at your depth, is consciousness. Pure consciousness. And there's a lot of different ways to describe this. Some people call it spirit. Some people call it presence, awareness, oneness, the witness, silence. It's really very, very, very simple and very beautiful. And so with this truth of who you are as consciousness, what happens is your ego is really any other story that's layered on top of that comes from your mind. So it might be that I am an intuitive coach. I'm a really great healer. I'm a really bad teacher. I'm really, really intelligent. I'm really dumb. I'm sexy and hot, and I'm fat and ugly. It might be any story. I'm strong, I'm weak. I really am a lot like her, but I'm not really like him. All of these stories that we have, that our mind generates, really all of this is our ego. And it's important to see that as well, because many people take on, the conventional understanding of the word ego. When you say, he has a really big ego, it means that someone's really arrogant. But it's a crucial aspect of understanding ego to know that it's ego regardless of whether you make yourself a lot more special or whether you make yourself small and not worthy and not lovable and not good. Both sides of those are just this belief system that you have in your head about who you are, when the truth of who you are is expansive, pure consciousness. So how does this relate to your life purpose? It's super crucial, because as you begin going within yourself and listening to those deep, silent bubbles that come up that inspire you to action, what you want to be doing is acting from what I'm calling your authentic self, which is that true merging of this consciousness and your human form. And I'm going to start by also explaining that it's really so important to not negate the ego and begin to say, well, this ego is this bad thing that I'm supposed to be letting go of. And these spiritual teachers that talk about enlightenment talk about dropping the ego. And there is an understanding of that that's true. But what you can really look at is, why do we have this ego in the first place? It actually serves a very important function. And this function is that it allows us to be on earth. So if we all came from this great existence of oneness, if you want to call it God or you want to call it the universe or any name that you put on top of it, and then we chose, we're going to come down to the earth plane and take on this physical form and be a human and have this separate identity. Our ego is what allows us to have that separate identity. It's what allows us to take on this image that I am a woman, he is a man, I was born to these parents in Riverside, California, and I have this unique identity, I have these personality traits, and it allows you to act out this whole human, beautiful experience. So the ego is not really something that you're saying, wow, that's a bad thing, I'm not supposed to be doing it. It's really about finding that merging, where you're coming from a place of authentic self, where you know the truth. And you know that the truth of your being is awareness. It simply is. And this ego is something that you take on in order to have this experience. And so the real magic happens when you can know the truth of who you are and then function within this egoic realm. So when you're starting to ask, okay, what is it deep inside myself? This purpose is trying to express itself in the world. It wants to be offered. How can I determine what to do? What you're really doing is going within yourself and asking that pure consciousness. And pure consciousness is not attached to what your ego thinks about it. So guess what, folks? Your little moment coming from authentic self may be telling you to go get a job as a barista in a coffee shop. It might tell you to go be a nanny. It might tell you to go work at a water sanitation district and clean grit off of nets. It might tell you something really unexpected that your ego might all of a sudden go, whoa, that's not who I am. That's not the identity that I'm comfortable with. What are my friends and family going to think? Am I really doing this thing that I'm supposed to do in the world? But that doesn't matter. Because your authentic self, that pure consciousness, knows what is best for you in the long run. It has the big vision picture in mind that says, okay, if you go and work in this coffee shop right now, then you're going to meet someone who's running this company, doing this dream, working for the environment that you have, and they're going to think you're fantastic and they're going to offer you a job. Or maybe it's going to be that you're going to be in that coffee shop and the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams is going to walk in and you're going to form a relationship and you're going to develop this beautiful partnership and family that is a huge part of what your life purpose is. So the point is, your ego serves a function, but it is not the director. The pure consciousness and the awareness and your beingness is the director of your life purpose. And the more and the more and the more that you can practice listening to that intuition, listening to that life force that's moving through you to guide all of your daily actions so that you wake up in the morning and say, okay, what am I meant to do today? And you suddenly get an inspiration to go have lunch in a new place because you might meet someone there or get a moment of inspiration that occurs there. All of these little tiny opportunities are going to be moving you forward towards your authentic life purpose. So I'm so excited for all of you to keep moving forward in this direction and just take the time, cultivate that inspiration, know the truth of your being, and know that those forces are what are guiding you towards the fullest expression of your purpose in the world. Thanks for watching. Please visit my website at kelley-neumann.com to learn more about my intuitive coaching and one-on-one opportunities. And also thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Have a great day.